Hi, everyone. I'm Betty Devita, Chief Business Officer from FinConecta, and I'm here today to talk to you about the Open Finance program that we've recently launched with AWS, an excited two-sided platform where we'll go through and talk about how we're building an ecosystem of solutions and value propositions that are really trying to change the way that financial institutions are driving digital transformation. So let's get right into it. There's quite a number of pain points as financial institutions and digital solutions, fintechs work together. There's a lot of pain associated with the technical integration, but if you can get past that, the traditional model really points to a one-to-one connection where each time that a fintech works with a financial institution, they have to do a specific integration to get to the core banking system. What Open Finance does is completely disrupt that. And with a platform that we have developed that connects back-end financial institutions' core legacy systems to a supply and catalog of digital solutions, it facilitates a single integration to several solutions for financial institutions. It turns it into a turnkey value proposition that really facilitates time to market, the ability to do testing quickly, and an ability to not only get through the technical piece of the challenge, but the rest of the infrastructure and processes that all of you as fintechs and startups experience as you deal with financial institutions. Really trying to accelerate time to market with a single integration, ready to use sandbox, consuming standardized APIs, another challenge for financial institutions, and a comprehensive digital solutions catalog that allows you to market your value proposition to banks in your country, in your region, and around the world. So a bit about the modularity of Open Finance and how we view the scalability and the components within the program. So there's an online catalog that will host a premium array of solutions. AWS, our partner with the largest category and suite of financial and digital solutions in the fintech world in Europe, in EMEA, and basically around the world, with thousands and thousands of players sitting on the AWS cloud. An API gateway where we've standardized APIs that connect into back-end core legacy systems, enabling both you as the supplier of solutions as well as the financial institutions as the demander of these solutions to be able to facilitate these interactions without the bank having to develop their own APIs. An open banking enabler using a developer portal for you to be able to react to the needs that financial institutions are placing out into the ecosystem, as well as understand how they are adhering and playing in the open banking legal regulatory requirement markets where certain financial institutions in key markets like the UK, like Australia, coming to Canada, and many other markets that you're very familiar with, where they're playing on defense from a regulatory standpoint, but they're also starting to look at the offense piece of the game where they are able to start monetizing some of these APIs and building new business models. A sandbox to be able to really understand how your solutions work within the financial service environment, both in an environment where you haven't done an integration using our BankBot and synthetic data and simulator, to migrating it over to a sandbox that is connected and integrated through via our standardized APIs to the financial institution, all the way then through to production. And a vault in order to be able to manage the digital assets and the consent modules. And it's a turnkey solution. We look at it both from the tech side as well as all of the processes that the financial institution and you guys have to deal with in terms of dealing with financial institutions, vendor management, API maintenance, et cetera, et cetera. And we've developed this with AWS using the joint expertise from both sides of this partnership. It's really one of the things that we're so excited about is think of yourself as you're sitting in your market, and that largely you're marketing to financial institutions within your geography. We want to be able to have you displayed in markets around the world. How can you do that within an ecosystem that is global? And Open Finance is a global product. I talked a bit about the sandbox testing to test products. I talked about the key on the single integration and the normalized APIs, and not having to serially, and the financial institutions not having to serially integrate, giving them the ability to work with more financial solutions and start to look at different types of solutions and even combining some of the solutions as you think about your value props. Instead of having to do them serially, potentially they can be done together. Again, a one-stop platform. I'm going to talk a little bit about some use cases that give you that example. Unlimited testing. Imagine not having to continue, especially in our lab environment, to be able to do synthetic BankBot type of testing against your value prop to give a sense of how your solution moves from a PowerPoint or a prototype to a real view for the financial institution of what your value prop looks like within their environment, really bringing it to life. And then as you continue through that journey, being able to go from non-integrated synthetic type of testing to a sandbox to a live implementation in production. A real win-win for all parties. Financial institutions look at it, as I talked about, on the offense and the defense, but it's also a bit of an innovation play for them to be able to have a developer portal, to be able to run mini challenges or hackathons, to be able to express their needs, but also be able to meet regulatory guidelines in terms of open banking requirements. For them to reduce their investment with regard to developing these solutions in-house, especially when you guys are the experts. You've spent so much time developing these really, killer value propositions. How do we ensure that it's easy to consume in this ecosystem, in this supply-demand, two-sided marketplace, if you will? And accelerate their time to market, their integration, their testing and go live. And for you, it's exactly the opposite of that. How do you work to market and have exposure with your value propositions in your market, in your region, globally, running unlimited testing in a sandbox and in multiple environments, accelerating the time to market, not only from the tech side, but because it's a turnkey solution and, financial institutions dealing with startups, FinTechs, They view us as vendors. This vendor management process is part of our platform, and it simplifies the contracting process, and in our view, really works to boost your valuation and your company's positioning. And here's two case studies that we really love to talk about. So I&M Bank in Tanzania in Africa was looking for a way to expand their branch footprint without any capital expense and without building branches. And they connected, here we are, a bank in Africa, with a FinTech in Singapore called Bank Genie. And this allowed them on a tablet to put their financial institution product value propositions in an app that sits on a tablet that allows somebody on a scooter or a bike to go to different cities where I&M was not located and start to bank consumers and SMEs. And for us, that really just brings to life this ability of financial institutions looking outside of their geography for fintechs that make sense for them, but also the eyeballs on you, the fintech, in other parts of the world, because financial institutions are looking for the killer value propositions that make sense for them. And yes, they'll first look perhaps within their region, but they are looking for what's going on globally, and the disruption and the technology and the innovation is happening in so many cities across the world. They know that they need to be able to find them, and they can do that on the Open Finance program because of the thousands of fintechs that are today running on the AWS cloud that our objective is to have on the platform. Finovation is another one. Here again, you have a bank in Tanzania looking for some process improvement and some digitization of some of their paperwork and the basic bureaucracy that happens as part of some of these product propositions for banks is using a fintech out of the Dominican Republic. So move to the other side of the world from Africa. We're now in Banco Fiogar in the Dominican Republic, which is actually running our developer portal as well as the Open Finance platform. And they've worked with 3 different fintechs, 2 out of Spain, one for a mobile wallet value prop that has really led the marketplace in the Dominican Republic. We're really excited about this, as well as because of COVID and all of the issues associated with face-to-face engagement for financial institutions, working with an omni-channel communication tool out of the UK. So the DR now goes to the UK in order to facilitate a better and easier and frictionless and COVID-friendly, if you will, interaction with their customers. And finally, contracting or e-contracting and their interaction with YedaNet, which is out of Spain, to facilitate a digital e-contracting and certification on electronic signature type of solution. So we're really excited about that, and I think it really brings to life the power of how our objective is to provide eyeballs and customers to you that are both local but are global as well, with the reach of this ecosystem and marketplace that is two-sided. So we hope that you're ready to join. Our ask is that you register under openfinance.finconecta.com. Paulina Perez is the head of our digital solutions team and is very experienced and is our expert at really diving into what the next steps are with regard to understanding your value prop, being able to articulate how we get you the best coverage. Each each FinTech has a landing page and an ability to put video, articulate where and how you are doing business today, and the different use cases that you bring to the table, because we know that many FinTechs have different value propositions that you offer. We'd love for you to register. We'd be happy to do a demo for you. And we just are really, really excited about this program and how we believe that this two-sided marketplace brings value both from a regulatory standpoint as well as a monetization and a digital transformation standpoint for you in your market, with financial institutions that are situated globally, that are looking for the right solution that gives them speed to market, value propositions that are proven, that they don't have to develop in-house, and that we really move the needle together. So thanks for your time.